Well, speaking of that, I saw a film yesterday.
What film
And
did you see, Liam?
I don't know if you've heard about it. It's called Crazy Rich Asians.
I've heard about it, but I think it might have just been you telling me you were going to see it. So
No, because I think we went to see it sort of without really planning it. So maybe it wasn't that.
oh, maybe not.
It's okay. It's notable. Culturally, it's important. I have to say that at the start because it is an entirely Asian cast and I think crew as well.
Okay.
And it's a big Hollywood film. I think it's
Cool.
I was reading somewhere it's the first time in like 25 years where you've had a Hollywood film with a predominantly Asian cast.
Jesus.
Yeah. And you know how like sometimes quite accidentally things just happen, like a perfect example of what I'm trying to say is like Armageddon and Deep Impact both kind of came out at a similar time and we're dealing with similar things.
Yeah.
This feels like I think it's completely accidental. I don't think it's deliberate, but it's a trend it seems at the moment in like Asian fronted entertainment from kind of like Hollywood. Like Searching came out recently with Jon Cho as the lead.
Yep.
Super good film. I haven't had time to review it on the show, but it is super good. And there's a Netflix film that came out called To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which has a female Asian lead. And now you've got this as well, and it's just like, I think probably a just happy coincidence, but it just feels like you've just got this sudden like trend emerging. And I quite like I said, I really enjoyed Searching. I thought To All the Boys I've Loved Before was fine. Crazy Rich Asians currently is the worst film I've seen of 2018.
Which is that's an impressive achievement.
I mean, I saw The Happy Time Murders.
Yeah.
It's worse.
What makes this so bad? What's the like? What is this film? Is it a comedy or?
It's
that sounds like a comedy
rom-com.
name.
It's a rom-com.
Yeah. Okay.
It is about a woman who's dating a guy, and she doesn't realise that he's from like a super rich family, and they go back to Singapore to meet his family for a wedding.
Yeah.
And you've got like, what I do appreciate is it didn't do the kind of like quite tired thing of the culture clash. It wasn't like she's an American Asian and she's meeting like the more traditional like Asian family and there's that culture clash. It is raised as an issue, but it's not like the main focus of the film.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I appreciate that. But it is a rom-com, and therefore by like the half-hour mark you can kind of predict how it's all going to end, which you can with most rom-coms. But the fun in them is just seeing how you get there and meeting these like fun, enjoyable characters to spend time with along the way.
Yep.
This doesn't have that. The problem I have with this is a lot of it is just rich people living like decadently.
Right.
Like there's a bachelor party where they fly the groom out to international waters where they've got this huge barge and they're just having like a huge party on a barge. Or like the bachelorette party is them like on an island where someone has like a boutique shop and they're just allowed to have a shopping spree and have whatever they want.
Right.
And I don't find seeing people living those lives interesting.
No.
I was so bored in this film. At one point, I exasperated out loudly in the cinema, and Kat turned to me and was like, "You're not enjoying this, are you?" And I didn't realise I'd been that loud. It was just... I mean, I want to make it clear... The issue I have with it is it's just seeing rich people having fun. To me, it isn't a good time. Doesn't matter that they're Asian. Even Asian rich people having fun still is boring. And like the whole kind of like, it feels like the marketing and like the focus of this film is it's Asian people. That's amazing. And like I said, culturally, but you still need to have a good film behind it.
Yeah,
and there was a couple of actors that were good. So it's got Ken Jeong in it.
Yeah.
Who is in Community.
Mm-hmm. And The Hangover.
Yeah, exactly. The lead was played by Constance Wu.
Yeah.
She was good. I'm just double checking something. Bear with me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She was good. And you also had maybe I'm going to butcher the pronunciation here. Awkwafina.
Okay.
She was in Ocean's 8 earlier this year. She looks completely different in this film. But she's probably like has some of the funniest scenes. And a guy called Nico Santos who is really good. Some of the music choices are good. They have like some Asian covers of like the most noticeable one in the film was Coldplay's Yellow.
Okay.
Which good. But it doesn't really help when you're just bored and it's 2
Yeah,
hours. And it was a pretty excruciating 2 hours. It's like 1.5 out of 5 bad.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like the kind of film I'm going to rush out to see.
No, because you don't mind a rom-com.
I like rom-coms.
Yeah, and I'm the same. Like, Coyote Ugly
Yeah.
is an amazing film. But, I don't know. This just...
This sounds a bit like how I imagine, because I have refused to see it, is the sort of Sex and the City film.
Yes, yeah.
Where it's just sort of like, there's the element of there's a rom-com or romantic storyline going on here, but in reality you're just watching rich people go be rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, yeah.
I think for some people, they kind of like see it like how the other half live almost. But
Maybe it's like the same reason that I like fantasy and sci-fi, where it's like escapism.
yeah. But for me,
my escapism is I'm like, I wish I was a forest elf.
yeah.
And theirs is like,
I wish I was rich. Exactly. Just, yeah. It's been getting really good reviews, and a lot of people have really been enjoying it, but it did not work at all for me.
Fair enough.
And that's all of the stuff. There's stuff that I didn't get around to. Maybe on a future episode. We'll see.
Yeah.